I'm about to share a scenario with you that may be disturbing, but which I think is important for every one of us to think about. Picture this. A group of men grabs a terrified young female. They take her into a room, hold her down, and rape her. She struggles and cries out, but she is helpless to escape their assault. 9 months later, she gives birth, but she never even gets the chance to caress her newborn. This same group of men come in and steal her baby. She wails out in anguish as her baby disappears from her sight forever. Now, if you ordered your coffee with cow's milk this morning, you paid for this abuse. I know it sounds harsh, but it's absolutely true. Foods many people consume every day, meat, eggs, cheese, are the products of rape, imprisonment, reproductive control, kidnapping, and abuse. Yet, many people who consider themselves ethical, conscious people, many people who consider themselves feminists, are unthinkingly supporting this violence towards females every single day by consuming these cruel foods. I know because I used to be one of them. I was a member of the Feminist Student Union at the George Washington University. I performed in the vagina monologues. I devoured feminist theory. I remember thinking that I felt so enlightened and socially conscious. I even considered myself something of an animal rights advocate because I had been vegetarian since I was 7. Yet I still consumed milk, cheese, and eggs. Then one day my mind was blown and my world changed forever when a friend gave me a copy of the book, The Sexual Politics of Meat by Carol J. Adams. Never before had I thought about the link between eating meat and the patriarchy. Yet I found myself agreeing with the author when she said that both women and animals are objectified, then fragmented into body parts, and then consumed, either literally or metaphorically. And if you think about it, the entire factory farming system is built on exploiting female bodies. Consider the pork industry, for example. Here, mother pigs are treated as nothing more than breeding machines. In order to force them to churn out tons of babies, who are then taken away, fattened up, and sent to slaughter, these mother pigs are forcibly impregnated and kept in metal crates so small that they can't even turn around. They develop painful ulcers on their shoulders from the constant pressure of lying nearly immobile on the cold, hard floor. And their bright minds spiral into depression and madness because their life is spent doing nothing more than looking out from behind bars. Cows on dairy farms are treated in much the same way. They are violated over and over again. They are forcefully impregnated on what the industry calls a rape rack. Yes, that is what they actually call it, a rape rack. Only to have their beloved calves torn away from them so their milk can be stolen and sold for human consumption. Hens on egg farms are kept in tiny wire cages so small that they can't even spread their wings, just so their eggs can be stolen and sold. When their usefulness runs out, so when they can no longer breed or produce massive quantities of milk or eggs, these females are then rounded up, sent to slaughter, and their flesh chopped up for humans to dine on. Every single one of these animals is an individual with feelings, desires, and families, just like you and me. Yet here they are treated as if their lives count for nothing, except for what their bodies can do for us. Being confronted with all of this shook me to the core. I had had the audacity to call myself a feminist, yet here I was paying for others to systematically exploit and abuse these females in the worst possible ways. How could I condone the same violence and hatred towards animals that the patriarchy inflicts upon women? Was I so superior to a mother cow and her calf that I had the right to take away her breast milk that was meant for her baby? The answers to these questions were settled for me during an internship in Washington, D.C., where I lobbied for animal rights legislation on Capitol Hill. Here they had the interns watch the documentary Peaceable Kingdom. This film shattered any remaining excuse I had had for not being vegan. I will never forget one scene in particular where a calf is torn away from his mother. The baby kicks and screams, but workers drag him away by his legs. I'm very close to my own mother, so imagining this happening to us when I was a baby completely broke my heart. I knew then I couldn't deny my complicity in this abuse any longer. Every splash of milk in my coffee, every slice of cheese pizza I ate was subsidizing horrific exploitation and suffering. I knew then I could never support the dairy or egg industries again. So now, at an incredible time when amazing women are rising up and sharing their stories and saying, time's up on abuse and exploitation. It's time for feminists and every decent person to say no more to the ways that our sisters of other species are being systematically exploited in the food industry. It's time to acknowledge that imprisoning billions of victims, cows on dairy farms, sows on pig farms, hens on egg farms, solely because they are female, is the opposite of feminism. We have the opportunity to make a conscious, ethical, feminist decision 3 times a day. Simply by what we put on our plate, we can choose to exploit and enslave, or we can choose to empower and liberate. I am a feminist and I am vegan because I reject violence towards all females. I believe that everybody has a right to live life as they choose and to be treated with dignity, respect, and equality. Will you join me? Thank you.